kakabsa, nilatanga oras, aldaw, ken kanito, kablawak magdigitig matsari, tatanga, aldaw, sana all nagmamatsari. Happy matsari kada kay amin nga celebrar iti monthda, itatanga oras ken kanito. Kasmetan, syempre, irigiti birthday tatanga aldaw. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Itatanga Gundawe, October 18. Ay, apo, nagbiit. Iti panawin niya. Kaano laing di kagudgudwana ti bulan ti Oktobre. Itatanga data yon. Iti may ka-18. Iti bulan. Iti Oktobre. Ay, apo, nagdaras ti panawin niya. Basta nga talaga. So nga, siguro mapanunod tayong mat nga habang dumadaras ti panawin, bumasbasit iti aldaw ken kanito tayo nga agbyag. So live your life to the fullest nga kunada niya. So itatapay laing nga kaya dapat awan ti pagbabawyam niya. Di makuna nga sapay kumaapo no agdumtengen the end of the world nga kunada kat na fulfill tayon digidigam-gam gamin tayo itibiyag. Siya ado pa laing tigam-gam-gamok itibiyag ko at the age of taon na din 28, 29 niya, at the age of 29 ako ang ko pa laing ma-fulfill DJ dream ko niya. No pampanonotem ubingak pa ngem numot deti pampanonotek ure no ubingkan umasbasit mati oras tayo tirabaw iti daga. So antay panunutin man dayta niya amok nga dumadani manin iti aldaw iti piyesta iti natay. So nga dagiti daduman rugrugyanan dan iti aglako iti kandila ket dagiti matdaduma ay ket rugrugyanan dan nagpa-order dagiti sabong nga ialay tayo kadagiti ay ayaten tayo iti biyagday. Siyempre dahil naitabo na naidagan ako nada. So, itata, ay expectarin tayo nga ngumina mambasitin iti presyo iti sabong. Ya? So, hanta yun ang panunuti. Ako, nagninaman ti kandela, nagninaman ti sabong, kasta nga talaga niya. So, itata, gundaway, hantay nga baybayagin, amok, itatalata bulan, iti Oktubre, itatapalaing iti panakay celebrar iti National Statistic Month. Dito ket end aging gana October 26 niya. So syempre iti napalabas na i-feature tayo met noan niya met dagiti in-discuss da maipanggap ti mental health, ti agriculture, crime, ken da dumapay niya. So napintas dagito yung patangan tapno maamuan tayo met numanon dagiti kaso ti kakastoy nga bambanag ket itata hantay nga baybayagenin nga ipabuya. Ngem kasakbayan kagayan ken kabsat nin daytoy ipabuya daytoy nga road nya panakay feature iti National Statistic Month daytoy paypay dagiti na duma nga palagi.
Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Di kooperatiba ano bayagin ng sesarili kadang di Ilocano iti amyanan Luzon. Di kooperatiba ang manpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo, ken mangisakit kariti empleyado, ken miyembro na. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives wano NSCC ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayin med iti namayat alangin-langin ken kooperasyon dagiti miyembro ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinagduruasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti nayon ang kasbek akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza, ken NSCC Business Center. Isungan niya pelang ter orayem makikapengkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives suman na NSCC. Imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Divina Kenny.
Arapa po ganiti makay ayo abuya iti uneg iti pagtaengan. Anyama nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase iti silaw ada dati chandelier LED lights ken dumapay kasapay kadagiti agkakapintas a toilet bowl wool claddings, stainless sa lababo, kasama ten na dumaduma ti klase na tiles, ken dumapay ang materyales, at kasapulan ti pagbangon ti balay. Pasyaren ti AC Newborn Home and Builder Center. Nalawa ti showroom da, ag komportable kang agpili ti kayat mo a disenyo. Mabalin pa'y nga isuda iti magi-set up kadagiti katangin. Masarakan sa Rizal Street, Sulphur, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Imat matunan na Mr. and Mrs. Alain Chan. Saanen ngagtaktak mapankan sa JAC Newborn Home and Builders Center.
Problema yu kadi iti panangalat ti student driving permit, renewal iti lisensya ngagmaneho, ken panang-upgrade iti restriction code dagiti lisensyayo. Solbaren dagiti nga problema yo iti RX Driving School. Ti RX Driving School ket accredited iti LTO ng eskwelaan. Amang ipaay kadagiti sumaganad. TDC wenno theoretical driving course. Kasapulan daytoy kadagiti mangalat ti student permit. PDC wenno practical driving course. Paramat kadagiti mangala iti non-prop wenno professional driver's license. Upgrading iti restriction code. Paramat kadagiti mangnayon iti mabalinda a manehuen. Ken ti special driving course. Paramat kadagiti kayat na tagsusurong agmaneho iti motorsiklo, tricycle, four wheels, manual, or automatic ken dumapay. Naanos ken nalaing dagiti driving instructors da nga accredited iti LTO. Dito'y 2nd District, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti National Highway, Barangay Tablak, Candon City, abay iti Sacred Heart Medical Laboratory. Dito'y mat 1st District, masarakan ti RX Driving School, abay mismo iti LTO. Dita poblasyon is San Ildefonso, Ilocos Sur. Ken dita probinsya ti Ilocos Norte, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti along the National Highway, Barangay Kalagit, Batak City, sango ti Lucondia Cultural Center ken Mariano Marcos Memorial Hospital. Asideg iti mismong LTO. No lisensya ti panagmaneho, ken nasaya ta pagsusuruan ngagmaneho, RX Driving School iti papanan. Para tadadong informasyon, tumawag wenno ag-text kayo iti 0917-578-3132 and 0917-811-0581. Dito 1st District San Ildefonso, 0917-306-3735. Itamot 2nd District Candon City, 0917-120-1745. Ken dita Batak City, 0917-329-0591. RX Driving School.
As the heritage province of the North reopens to tourists, it launches the all-new Tour Ilocos Sur app. A quick guide to Ilocos Sur at your fingertips. Find the best tourist spots. Hotels. Bars and restaurants. And authentic Ilocos Sur products and food. Be updated on upcoming events. Plus, get notified on the important announcements and updates. Available for global download on Android and iOS. The Tour Ilocos Sur app. Historical becomes digital.
Ma'am, pangablayo kadagiti puy-puya ti media dito yung probinsya tayo ng Ilocos Sur.
Naimbag nga bigat kadagiti amin nga kaprobinsyaan tayo nga agbuybuyat at iti dayto yung channel tayo.
Ma'am, padamagan na kami man kaditi mapasama kita ta maipanggap ti National Statistic Month, ma'am.
So it's October once again and we are celebrating the National Statistics Month. 34th na, pang 34th year na celebration nito. So every year, we are celebrating this one entire the Philippines. So dito sa Ilocos Sur, we have a lot of activities for the month-long celebration. So ito yung opening ceremony natin, the start of the celebration, and we will have still a lot of activities for the celebration because we will be celebrating the NSM for the whole month of October. So we have just conducted the motorcade, so we are very thankful to the member agencies, the academe who participated the motorcade, and just after the motorcade we will be having the opening ceremony.
Gini kanya good news tayo tatamo kadagiti amin lalo dikit damik nga maamuan regarding the offices tayo.
Ti opisina tayo when na po dito ipon-promote we are conducting this one to promote awareness kadagiti tattao ti importansya iti data wenno statistics para iti in our daily lives, in making decisions, especially to our policy makers, to our lawmakers, to our program implementers. Alam natin kung gaano ka-importante yung mga data para makagawa tayo ng mga magagandang policies and programs sa ating bayan, lalo-lalo na sa ating probinsya. So, alam natin we are the one producing various statistics for policy making purposes and program implementation. So we have attendees here, students from the academe para ma-appreciate nila. And with our team, accelerating progress, promoting data and statistics for healthy Philippines. So naka-align po ito sa mandate ng Department of Health na Healthy Pilipinas. So pinopromote din nila yung importance ng data or statistics for their sector's programs and for the sector's implementations of programs.
Still, ma'am, ganat tanig-ticket, adulat tanig-ti awan records na kung wala records na.
When iti kadagiti awan mo ti records na mapantayon iti civil registration aya. Dagiti awan pa birth certificate na, awan ti hanga naka-register iti marriage da, kada death certificate da. Continuous apo ti opisina mi. We are partnering with the LGUs through the local civil registry offices for the registration. Kasi ti goal ti nasyon tayo tatapo ti Pilipinas, ti government tayo is to register at least 99.5% of all Filipinos. So continuous po. Mapangkayo laang po kadagiti opisina ti LCRO nga makita kadagiti munisipyo tapno iti kasta makapag-register tayo kasi amo tayo mutten deta ti tapno makita nga talaga nga Pilipino tayo kinagnaed tayo dito Ilocos Sur dito Pilipinas dapat adda legal document tayo, and the first legal document nga dapat adda iti maysa nga tao ket birth certificate. So very important po nga naka-register tayo amin. So very accessible dagiti LCRO offices tayo no makapag-register tayo amin, may register tayo dagiti events iti biag tayo kasi birth, marriage, ken ti death tayo. Ken may sapay detoy may sang mandato ti opisita mi dayto yan registration tayo iti PhilSys wino dati makunkuna nga national ID. So open mo ti opisina mi apo iti second floor, mabalin kayo nga umay ag walk in nga umay ag register ken adamot dagiti mi nga naka-deploy kadagiti naduma-duma nga munisipyo tapno laeng mai-register da kayo. So dapat yung tatanti may isang strategy mi so diyan makunkuna nga registration on wheels. So kaya nangasawa na dati nag-hire kami ni tricycle tapno laeng from the doorstep ket may parating min dagito datoy nga registration iti national ID. So ti target mi nga i-register ti daytoy registration on wheels ket dagitay bedridden, dagiti PWD, dagiti senior citizen nga haan nga makapan kadagiti registration areas mi.
Lalo taptan man napaspas pa iti paragalan ti records kasi no dati national ID sigitan walk-in kan ang karaga po iten no need diretso kan ma'am kasi napaspas taptan.
Wen napaspasan talagang we are trying our best ti PSA ka arabidan na ti amin nga pamayan tapno lang mapapaspas ti serbisyo iti panagalaan iti civil registry document. So dagiti amin nga the national ID na po haan nga kailangan nga appointment no may kayo mangala iti civil registry document for as long nga Baguio dayjay document nga alaen nyo. Ngam no Baguio kin bagi iti immediate member of your family. Ngam no authorized representative kayo laeng kailangan pa laeng ti magna iti usual nga process so kailangan tag-appointment.
Ma'am, maipanggap itatay ti national ID nga panado. Ma'am, pasano kapatid dito kadagiti umindig? Tapno ada-ada di kakastoy nga ID mo.
Dito yung naka-state dyan ti law tayo nga dito naganan sa ti may salangan nga ID nga usaran tayo nga mabalin nga usaran tapno maamuan nga talaga nga sika dayta akin igam ti ID nga dagitoy mausar para iti napaspas nga delivery dagiti products and services aglalo no agabil tayo dagiti social benefits from the different agencies. So daytoy tapno haan nga kailangan ti adu nga ID. Adalangan may sa nga ID. So dati usaran tayo dati national ID nga makitransak iti man gobyerno ken iti man pribado nga sektor.
Ma'am, ano awang pailaing ti pinaka-ID ti national ID, ma'am? Anya iti provide iti PSA, ma'am?
While waiting for the physical ID nga makunkuna, dahil nakakabil iti PBC aya. So dahito tatati strategy ti PSA, so dahil agit itad kami tatadi makunkuna nga e-fill ID. So dahito dahil printed iti papel. Nga same lang ti function nakin dahil naka PBC ID. So mabalin lata nga usaren dagiti kailyan tayo dahito atoy ID nga naka-printed ti papel. Kunakon sumo lang nga iso ti functionality nakin dahil nakakabil iti PBC nga ID. Iso nga adamot ten memorandum circular advisory nga dagiti financial institution kasla ko madagiti pawn shop kada bangko nga akseptaren da kasi digen ti law tayo very specific nga nakakabil dijay nga akseptaren da iti national ID once nga handang akseptaren mabalintay nga i-report daytoy.
So okay lang kung mo rin naman nag-i-signature mo rin yun?
Uwen na po talaga nga digen ti law mismo nakakabil dijay nga talagang haan nga alaen di signature kasi tintup ti pamayan tayon nga mang-authenticate, mang-prove no talaga nga isuna da akin igam di ID ket true biometrics. Eventually no agiti financial institutions tayo ken other nga establishment ket adanton na device nga pag iskanda iti biometrics da jeton nga may implement nga nalaingan nga no need na for the signature. Kailangan biometrics.
Ma'am, other services pa ngay pa ay iti PSA?
Ti other nga services mi. So, adu tatatin going surveys mi nga kanda mi. We are conducting right now the census of agriculture and fisheries. So, nakadeploy dagiti adu nga enumerators mi kadagiti amin nga sample barangays mi. So, I am encouraging the public nga no may kumadagiti enumerators mi kadagiti balbalayo pasangbayan nyo ida ken we encourage you nga ibagayo kung maapo di usto kin kumpleto nga informasyon kasi dagitoy nga data nga alain dagitoy numerators bikat napatig tapno maka-generate tayo ti napintas quality statistics nga usarin dagiti policy makers dagiti program implementers tayo.
Mensahe tayo ma'am kadagiti
umili ti probinsya nga Ilocos Sur. Kas kunaktat tayo, we are celebrating the National Statistics Month. Happy National Statistics Month kadagiti amin nga gindagiti Ilocos Sur. Thank you. God bless us all.
Thank you ma'am. Thank you.
The Provincial Farmers Livelihood Development Center as we celebrate the National Statistics Month for this year 2023. In this era of information, statistics serve as the compass guiding us towards sustainable growth and prosperity. Statistical data is not just a collection of numbers. It is a powerful tool that illuminates the path to inform decision making. Local development relies heavily on understanding the unique needs and challenges of our community. The statistical insights provide us with a comprehensive review, enabling us to allocate resources efficiently, identify areas for improvement, and measure the impact of our initiatives. By embracing statistical data, we empower ourselves to make evidence-based decisions, whether it's in education, healthcare, data analysts, and researchers who diligently collect, analyze, and present data to ensure that our decisions are grounded in evidence and our actions are aligned with the local development goals of our province. Let us also recognize the tireless effort of our national government agency partners, particularly the Philippine Statistics Authority, and also academic institutions and organizations that work collaboratively to provide us with accurate and reliable data. Your commitment to transparency and accountability strengthens the foundation of our society. Thank you for your tireless efforts in making this event a success. Again, welcome to all of you. Let this celebration be an opportunity for all of us to learn, to engage, and to inspire one another on the intelligent use of statistical data, which will guide us to attain collective growth and progress in the province of Ilocos Sur. Thank you very much and good day. I express my congratulations for the successful conduct of the 34th National Statistics Month celebration. The provincial government of Ilocos Sur acknowledges the major contribution of data and statistics as our basis in planning and implementing our programs. This is our weapon to effectuate quality and systematic government service. Let us harness the power of information to drive meaningful change and resolve the pressing issues in our society. Let us amplify our data-driven actions to ensure that we can quantify inclusive growth and development. I thank everyone for joining our celebration today. May you continue to support the succeeding activities prepared by our Provincial Statistics Committee. I express my gratitude to our partner national government agencies, speakers, guests, and participants for your esteemed presence on this occasion. Let us continue to value the importance of data and statistics to accelerate the progress of our province as one
National Statistics Month. Thank you, Mom Janet, for inviting us. I am Dave Zaragoza, and I am tasked to present the regional health situation. Okay, next po. The outline of my presentation, I'll be discussing the demographic profile, vital indices, child care, maternal care, infectious diseases, and environmental health. For the demographic profile, sige po. We all know that Region 1, sige lang po, click lang po. Okay, so we all know that Region 1 composes of 4 provinces, the Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, and Pangasinan, with a land area of 13,014 square meter, with a population from PSA May 1, 2020 survey, 5,301,139, and our estimated population for the 2023 from the Epidemiology Bureau of the Department of Health is 5,390 and 222. We have 1 chartered city, which is the Dagupan City, and 8 component cities. We have 116 municipalities and 32 or 3,267 barangays. Next. So, in Ilocos Sur, we have 32 municipalities and 2 component cities. We have 34 rural health units and 427 barangay health stations with a population of 713,424. Next. For the socio-demographic profile on this year 2023, so we have a total of 1,328 and 91 household projected by the Department of Health Epidemiology Bureau. We have 4 provinces and 1 highly urbanized city. We have 8 component cities: Lawag, Batac, Bigan, Candon, San Fernando, Alaminos, San Carlos, and Ordaneta, and we have 117 municipalities. We have 44 government hospitals, infirmary to level 3, and 70 private hospitals, infirmary to level 3 in the region. We have a total of 158 rural health units in the region and 1,584 barangay health stations. In Ilocos Sur, we have 12 government hospitals. We have Ilocos Sur Provincial Hospital, Gabriela Silang. We have 7 district hospitals, which are Tagudin, Salcedo, Santa Lucia, Cervantes, Narvacan, Magsingal, and Sinait. We also have a government hospital in Quirino, in Candon City Hospital, UNP Hospital, and of course the new Ilocos Sur Medical Center in Candon City. We also have 17 private hospitals in a total of 29 infirmary, level 1 and level 2 hospitals. Dahil wala po tayong level 3 hospital sa Ilocos Sur. Soon po, ang Ilocos Sur Medical Center ay magiging level 3 hospital. Next po. For the vital health indices, For the blue lines, we have the crude birth rate, and for the orange line, we have the crude death rate. So makikita po natin ang trend ng crude death rate and crude birth rate ng Region 1 from 2019 to 2022. For the crude death rate, tumaas po ito noong 2020 at 2021 compared nung 2019 na 4.9 lamang. Bakit po tumaas? Dahil po sa pandemic. Pero after immunization campaign against COVID-19 ay bumaba po ang ating crude death rate for the year 2022. Bumaba rin po, may trend din po na pababa ang crude birth rate. Siguro agbutong dang agsipog when agaramid ti ubing iti panawin ti pandemic. Iso nga ibi maba iti 2020 ken 2021 compared ti 11.64 iti 2019 ngem medyo tumaas po ng 0.08 noong 2022. Next po. Okay, so ito po ang ating number of births by sex in Region 1. Makikita po natin na mas marami pong ipinapanganak na lalaki kaysa sa babae. So, for 2019, 61,057 po ang pinanganak sa Region 1, pero nung 2020, 2021 ay bumaba po. Pero nung last year, medyo tumas po ang bilang ng ipinanganak dito sa ating rehiyon, which is 49,509. Next. Next po. Okay, so ito po ang ating distribution by province. Makikita po natin na mas marami pong ipinapanganak sa Dagupan City, which is a charter or highly urbanized city compared po sa other 3 provinces ng region. So, ang Dagupan po ay may 4,443 na lalaki pinanganak plus 4,004 na babae compared po sa Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur at La Union. At syempre, ang Pangasinan po ang may pinakamaraming ipinapanganak dahil sila halos kalahati po ng population ng Region 1 ay nasa Pangasinan. Next. Okay, for the number of deaths and rate by sex in Region 1, tulad po ng sabi ko kanina, pataas po yung, tumaas po ang ating death rates during the pandemic. At nakikita rin po natin na kanina, karamihan po na ipinapanganak ay lalaki. Dito naman po ay karamihan na
Okay, next. So number of deaths by province, by sex. So, ang ating pong province of Ilocos Sur, last year may 2,524 na lalaking namatay at 2,039 naman po sa babae. Next. Ito po yung mga leading causes, yung mga rason kung bakit namamatay ang mga taga-Region 1. Kung mapapansin niyo po, lahat po ng causes nito ay lifestyle-related diseases. Noong unang panahon, ang leading causes po ng deaths ay infectious diseases or hawaan. Pero ngayon, lifestyle-related diseases, sakit sa puso, mga cancer, may diabetes mellitus. So cardiovascular disease po ang kasama na po dyan ang may mga namamatay pa rin po kasi cause na death nila ay sa COVID-19. And then number 3 po ay ang central nervous system diseases, DM, yung mga may diabetes, undetermined or natural sudden cause of death, all forms of cancer, renal diseases, accidents, kasama na po ang vehicular accidents. Then we have also malnutrition or dehydration, and then hypertension and hypertensive cardiovascular diseases. So makikita po natin na mas marami pong namamatay na mga lalaki kaysa sa babae. Okay, next. Ito naman po yung leading causes of morbidity, yung mga sakit. Naman po, naumuna pa rin po ang mga non-infectious or non-communicable diseases, pero ang number 1 po natin dito ay respiratory diseases. Susunod po ang mga problema ng ating kalimitan po dito ay mga senior citizens, ang ENT or eye, ear, nose, and throat problems, animal bites, it's either cat or dog, mataas ang presyon, skin diseases, urinary tract infection, diseases of the heart, fever, and also febrile of unknown cause, and then wound or injuries, at saka pagtatae or AGE, acute gastroenteritis, and other diarrheal diseases. Next. For the child health, okay, for yung red line po, ito po yung under 5 mortality rate. Ibig po sabihin yung mga bata na 13 months to less than 5 years old. For the blue lines, we have the infant mortality rate. Ito po yung 29 days hanggang 1 year old yung bata. And then for the green, ito po yung neonatal mortality rate or yung mga batang kapanganak hanggang 28 days. So makikita po natin na pataas po ang trend ng namamatay na mga bata from 2019 to 2022. Bakit po kaya? Next. So ito po ang mga bilang ng mga bata na namamatay by sex. Mas marami po mga batang lalaki kaysa sa mga batang babae. Next. Sa Ilocos Sur po, we have 32 children na lalaki na namatay at 22 po ang babae naman na namatay last year. Next. So ito po yung mga causes ng ating pagkamatay ng mga bata. Respiratory diseases, may pneumonia, prematurity, sepsis or septicemia, blood poisoning, cardiovascular diseases, undetermined or natural sudden cause of death, diseases of the central nervous system, accidents, trauma, injuries, diseases of the digestive system, malnutrition, and all forms of shock. Next po. For the under 5, ito na po yung bilang ng mga namamatay na under 5 by sex. So makikita po natin, again, mga batang lalaki, mas maraming namamatay kaysa sa mga batang babae. Next po. Sa Ilocos Sur, we have 70 na bata or under 5 na bata na namatay last year. 44 na lalaki at saka 26 na babae. Okay, next. These are the leading causes of mortality of under 5 children by sex. So we have pneumonia, prematurity, sepsis, CBD, all types of accident, malnutrition, diseases of the digestive system, and others. Next. Okay. Isa po sa pinaka-importanteng programa po ng Department of Health ay ang pagpapakuna sa ating mga bata. Ang ibig pong sabihin ng fully immunized child or fully immunized children, ito'y mga batang nakatanggap ng bakuna pagkapanganak hanggang 9 months. So, ano po yung mga bakuna na binibigay sa mga bata pagkapanganak? Ito po ang BCG at saka Hep B or Hepatitis B. Binibigyan din po natin sila ng oral polio vaccine, DPT, anti-pneumonia, hanggang sa kanilang 9 months ay bibigyan po natin sila ng measles vaccine. So, makikita po natin sa Region 1 na hindi po natin na-meet ang national target. Ang national target for immunization or fully immunized children ay 95%. Pero sa Region 1 po, mataas po ang pagkababa or ito po ay nung last year, we only immunized 65.41 na bata compared nung pandemic year na 2020 at saka 2021 ay pareho pong 77.36. So nakikita po natin na mas hindi takot yung mga nanay na papakunahan ang kanilang mga anak noong pandemic 2020 at saka 2021. Bakit kaya bumaba ang pagbabakuna natin sa mga bata noong 2022? Okay, next po. So, pero sa Ilocos Sur, ito na po yung maganda sa Ilocos Sur, tayo po, ang province of Ilocos Sur po, tayo po may pinakamataas na accomplishment para sa pagbabakuna sa mga bata. We have reached 75.87% na nabakunahan or fully immunized children last year. 4,677 na batang lalaki at saka 4,307 na batang babae. Next po. For the maternal health, ito yung mga pagbubuntis. So, meron po tayo apat na linya dito. Yung green po, ito po yung mga, ayunahin ko po yung orange. Yung orange po, ay ito po yung mga mothers na nanganak po sa mga facility-based deliveries o kaya hospitals at saka birthing facilities na RHU. At yun naman po, ito po yung skilled health professionals na nag-deliver sa panganganak ng ating mga nanay. Yun naman po, gray, ay at least nagkaroon po ng 4 na konsultasyon during pregnancy ng ating mga mothers. At yun naman pong blue ay ito po yung mga namatay na mothers during their pregnancy. So makikita po natin na na-achieve po natin yung panganganak ng mga mothers sa mga hospitals at saka birthing facilities na rural health units. At syempre, ito po ay ginawa ng ating mga skilled health professionals. So makikita po natin sa dulo na at least 95% ang ating national target and we met those indicators. Pero marami pa rin pasaway na mothers ang hindi po pumupunta sa health center at least man lamang po sa health center para magpakonsulta during their panganganak. Kaya nakikita po natin na marami po namamatay sa kanila dahil sa kanilang pagiging babaya. Kailangan po natin ng at least 4 lamang po na bisita o konsultasyon. Kung hindi po kaya na pumunta dahil may wala pong pamasahe, malayo po yung health center, malayo po yung RHU, pwede naman po na ang ating mga midwife ay bibisitahin ang ating mga pregnant. So we have 92.38 maternal mortality rate noong 2021, pero bumaba po siya noong 2022, which is 76.75%. Next po. Okay, so ito na po yung masasabi kong good news, pero hindi sana pwedeng sabihin good, hindi sana pwedeng gamitin yung good dahil maternal deaths po ito. Sa Ilocos po, tayo po yung pinakamababang bilang ng namatay during sa kanilang panganak. So, we have one noong 2019 at 2 last year. Wala pong nanganak, wala pong namatay dahil sa pregnancy during 2020 at saka 2021. Next po. Dumako naman po tayo sa infectious diseases. Okay. So, sa buong region, sad to say, meron pa rin po tayong mga nagkakasakit sa nakakahawang HIV. We have less than 1% prevalence rate for HIV. Very poor naman po tayo sa pag-detect o pag-kikita ng mga kaso ng tuberculosis. Ayan si Sir L.A., ang ating program coordinator sa province. Pero, nagagamot naman po natin yung mga TB cases natin. So we have 92% TB treatment success rate. Sa leprosy, yan, 20 years ago, nung pumasok po sa Department of Health, marami po ang ating mga leprosy cases. So until now, meron pa rin po tayo mga leprosy cases, which is 43% of our population. And then, 18% ay may mga kaso. At 10 naman ay may rabies cases tayo dito sa Region 1. Okay, next po. So yan po, pag sa treatment success rate ay mataas po tayo, pero at least sana po ay 95 to 100% sana ang national target na i-achieve natin. So, mababa po ang ating case detection rate. Ano kaya ang problema natin dito? Mababa po noong 2020 at 2021 dahil sa pandemic, pero medyo tumas po ng 66 noong 2022, which is 66.04. So, kailangan po natin taasan pa itong case detection rate. Siguro, kung wala nang nagkaka-TB, pero marami po tayo mahanap dyan dahil marami po ang nagtatago. Next po. Okay, for per province po, ang Ilocos ay kasunod po sa La Union at Pangasinan ang may pinakamataas na case detection rate last year, which is 56.37. At syempre, in-expect ko natin na mabago po ang case detection rate natin noong 2020 at saka 2021 during pandemic time dahil wala po tayo, hindi po lumabas ang mga tao o tsaka yung mga health staff para mag-conduct ng case detection. Next po. Okay, for the leprosy, so maganda na po ang trend ng leprosy dahil bumababa na po ang prevalence rate at saka case detection rate. Next. For rabies, noong 2021, sa Ilocos we have 3 cases. 2022, we have 3 cases. For 2023, we already have 2 cases. Ito po ay sa Sinain at sa Domingo. Pero makikita po ninyo ang Ilocos Norte, there was a time na we attended their campaign for rabies free after how many years? Itong taon na po ng 2023 sila po yung may pinakamataas ng kaso ng rabies. At sana po dito sa Ilocos ay hanggang 2 na lang po. Okay, next po. So, isang lalaki at isang babae ang namatay dahil sa rabies this year, 2023, dito sa Ilocos. Next. And now for the last part of my presentation, which is the environmental health. Okay. We have 99.37% household with access to safe water. So, ibig pong sabihin, mataas po, marami po household ang may or gumagamit ng safe water sa kanilang bahay. Pero, there are 59.12 households na gumagamit ng safely managed drinking water. Ito po yung mga spring water, mga dinideliver na mineral water. And 84.30% naman po ay certified COD barangays. We have 97.6% household with basic sanitary toilet facility and 34.05% household with safely managed sanitation services. Iisa-isahin po natin. Next po. Per province po, for Ilocos Sur, yan, sobra-sobra po ang mga households na may access sa safe water, pero mababa po tayo. May mga household pa rin po kasi na gumagamit ng mga hindi masyadong minamanage yung drinking water. Pero we only have 49.66. So almost half of our households ay gumagamit ng mga spring water or inom ng mga spring water, mga dinideliver na tubig. So ang ginagawa naman po natin mga rural sanitary inspector ay nagbabarangay po sila to collect water specimen para maipa-check or maipa-lab po nila kung safe po o hindi ang ating iniinom. Okay, next po. Okay, for the sanitation naman, Ilocos Sur has 97.32 households with basic sanitation facility, while 25.02% naman po ang safely managed sanitation facility. So, ibig pong sabihin, marami pa rin po tayong mga households or pamilya pamilya na kulang po sa ating toilets. Okay, next po. For COD barangays, nakakaingit naman po noon yun 100%. So lahat po ng bahay ay may toilets. Pero sa Ilocos, tayo po ay pangatlo sa ibang provinces at saka sa Dagupan. Meron po tayong na certified COD barangays na 68.75%. Pero marami naman po tayong mga municipalities na almost lahat po na barangays ay COD certified. Tulad po ng Bantay, Del Pilar, Santo Domingo, San Ildefonso, at iba pa. Next. Okay, so these are our learned lessons and what are we going to do next. So the Department of Health, pakibalik po. Pakibalik po. Okay, so the Department of Health is mandated to improve health and reduce health inequity that requires social determinants of health to be addressed. And we need to collaborate with other agencies to achieve a multi-sectoral approach for health programs. And then we have to improve the quality of care to clinical and non-clinical dimensions and do mechanisms to systematically track performance and link this to incentives and enforce accountability. Next po. Okay, the United Nations and the 190 plus member nations are committed to achieve the 17 priority goals of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, and the Department of Health need to achieve SDG 3, which is the good health and well-being. So by 2030, we need to achieve maternal mortality to less than 70 per 100,000 live births. And we need also to achieve neonatal mortality as low as 12 per 1,000 live births and under 5 mortality to as low as 25 per 1,000 live births. We have to end the epidemics of AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and neglected tropical diseases, and combat hepatitis, waterborne diseases, and other communicable diseases. We have to reduce by 1/3 premature mortality from non-communicable diseases and ensure that universal access to sexual and reproductive healthcare services is provided by the Department of Health. Next po. And by 2030, the Department of Health is substantially to reduce the number of deaths and illnesses from hazardous chemicals in air, water, and soil pollution and contamination. And 3 years ago, by 2020, we have to cut the number of global deaths and injuries from road traffic accidents and to strengthen the prevention and treatment of substance abuse and achieve the universal health coverage. Next po. Okay, so that's all po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you so much, Sir Dave, for that informative presentation. At this juncture, may I call on the PSC Vice Chairperson and PSC Chairperson to award the token and certificate. Okay, so may we proceed to the next presenter to discuss on mental health statistics. Let us all welcome Dr. Maricel Kimasena from the University of Northern Philippines.
Thank you, and good morning to really disseminate these facts or data about mental health. But when I coordinated with Sir Sarabia, he made mention that we'll be sharing to you some researches and some studies about mental health and even maybe our experiences in the university. That is why we accepted the invitation. So we'll be giving to you some of the key facts about mental health, and to be really outcomes-based or research-based, we got the information from the website of the World Health Organization in one study conducted by a private industry. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Under the public health because kasama mo talaga siya. But when it comes to mental health, it will be more specific into our psychological functioning. And to give you a background again, when we talk about mental health, that would be your well-being or the state of wellness of an individual. And these would be the indicators or characteristics of a mentally healthy individual or a person with good or sound mental health. So the first one would be, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know your limitations, you know the things that you can control, and at the same time, you know also the boundaries that you need to consider. For the second one, we know for a fact that stresses are very much normal. Sabi nga nila, pagkain na natin yan. Actually, that is one of our main, kumbaga, na-experience sa buhay natin. Sino ba naman sa atin ang hindi na-stress? Sino ba naman sa atin ang hindi nagkakaroon ng problema? Pero kapag meron kang sound mental health, it means that you can sway gracefully with the challenges or with the stresses in life. And if you are capable of doing that, definitely you may be able to display a good, a certain degree of resiliency. And when we talk about resiliency, that would be your ability to bounce back after a failure. When we talk about stress, that would be the usual changes in our individuality. But when we talk about adversities in life, yung mga problema natin along family, along career, along personal concerns. Pero dito, sabi niya, kung 10 beses kang bumagsak, kailangan 10 beses ka rin tatayo. Kasi minsan, actually, there is even principle na, practical principle na lumalabas na one of the most resilient individuals in the world would be us, the Philippines. And for the next characteristic, kahit na-stress tayo, kahit ang dami natin pinagdaraanan, we still provide results. And when we talk about results, quality outputs. We deliver good performance based on our performance indicators, or even to the various roles in our lives. And ultimately, if you are good, if you are satisfied, if you are happy with yourself, definitely you can give it back to your community. You can be a blessing to other people. And that would be the totality of
proceed to the next slide. Okay, this would be an overview of the worldwide perspective and even here in the Philippines along mental health. And we know for a fact that kahit na 2018 pa na-enact, kahit 2018 lang na-enact yung RA 11036, it's been since time immemorial, mental health is very important to our lives because mental health is as important as with that of the physical health. And then you can see that depression, suicide would be the common mental health conditions that we can hear when we talk about mental health. Okay? And on the last note, they say that people with severe mental health conditions die prematurely as much as 2 decades early due to preventable physical conditions. That would be based on the website of the World Health Organization. So let's now proceed to the more specific concepts or areas along mental health. And that would be those in emergencies or for those who have experienced conflicts, wars, or certain grave misunderstanding between nations or even between and among individuals. They say, based on the review of WHO, it is revealed under 199 studies in 39 countries that among people who have experienced war or other conflict in the previous 10 years, 1 in 5 people, or to be exact, 22% will have depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. Actually, it's so good sana to discuss what do we mean by this, though I know for a fact that maybe you have some an overview or foundation of mental health, so that I will not be talking about Latin or Mandarin here in our forum. But these are the major mental health conditions that being experienced by those individuals who are survivors of wars or conflicts. And to provide analysis on this information or data, they say that these individuals really need emergency services or access to our mental health services. Because alam naman natin, iba yung, if you are displaced, you know for a fact that it's not only survival needs that we need to provide, but also our mental health needs. I think I am not giving cue to the technical team. May I request that let's now proceed to the slide on the forced displacement. This would be the slide, this would be the data on along war or along conflicts in the worldwide setting. And the next one would be for the forced displacements. And based on studies, there were an estimated 272 million international migrants in 2019. Refugees, asylum seekers, and irregular migrants are of special concern and need protection and support. They are exposed to various stress factors which may really affect their mental health and well-being before they are being integrated into their society or going back to their own homes or a place of residence. So for the last note, the prevalence of the common mental disorders for the displaced individuals would be depression. See, you can say that it is repeated. Depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder would be the higher probability of having them experience or being diagnosed by professionals like psychologists or psychiatrists. Okay, siguro sa next slide nakakarinig tayo ngayon halos lahat, kasi nagtatrabaho tayo, di ba? We also health in the workplace, you must have a decent work. And when we say decent work, it's not only about your finances. It's not only about your remuneration. It's all about the organizational culture, the organizational climate. And when we talk about organizational culture or climate, that encompasses everything. Your relationship with your supervisor, your relationship with your coworkers, and even your relationship with your clients or clientele. And pag gano'n, kung nagkakaroon tayo ng problema sa mental health, ito yung mga usual na nangyayari. I hope that you will be, I do not know if you will gonna raise your hand if you can relate to these conditions. Poor working environments, like you are being discriminated. There is no fairness in your workplace. Excessive workload, yung kabibigay pa lang yung memo, deadline na after 1 hour. Or hindi, actually, nauna pa yung deadline bago yung memo. May mga ganun. Minsan, nakakasira din sa dynamics natin yun. Hala, how am I going to do this? Wherein my supervisor keeps giving me like this, like that, and like that to provide or to perform. So, poor working environment, isa sa mga reason kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng toll on our mental health, tayo mga nagtratrabaho. Another one, low job control and job insecurity. Yung mga, ba't sila nagkataon, ba't sila meron silang chance sa JC, ba't ako, hindi wala, ganyan. Ba't sila mag-promote, feeling ko mas magaling naman ako. O may mga ganun eh. So, na-insecure ka. Or minsan, ba't ang dami ng trabaho, mas marami naman siya, mas mataas naman ang sweldo niya. Mga ganong ganap sa mga workplace natin, kadalasan, there is an impact on our mental health as workers. Okay, so yun po yung mga a few of the scenario that we are experiencing as human resources in our country. That is why, ito na po ang result based on the based on the year 2019, 15% of working age adults were estimated to have a mental disorder. So when we talk about mental disorder, you are already diagnosed with mental health condition. Hindi na lang po mental health concern. So sana po let's join forces for us not to increase the statistics, or sana tayo dito hindi tayo maisama or may dagdag sa statistics kapag meron namang discussion next year about mental health statistics. Okay? So going on a global perspective, an estimated 12 billion working days are lost every year to depression and anxiety because of loss in productivity. Of course, kung may problema yung empleyado, he will not be able to produce results. He will not be able to perform better, or he will not be able to discharge the mandate given to him or to her. So, kapag nagkakaroon ng problema yung mga trabahador, definitely there would be loss in profit, there would be decrease in productivity. Okay, let's proceed to the next slide, sir or ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so when we talk about mental health, it affects across the lifespan, be it on the early childhood up to the late adult, or the old age. And one of the most vulnerable groups in our society would be the youth, or would be the adolescents. And I can see some students over here, and that is really true because as the head of the guidance and counseling services in the University of Northern Philippines, we are really having some challenges when it comes to the mental health of our UNPians. And it's good to know that our President, Dr. Erwin F. Cadorna, is very supportive to the schoolmates problem in our society because what they have experienced in their earlier stage would have also a toll on their adulthood stage. And we know for a fact that youth is the future of our fatherland. That is why when we have these problems in our adolescence, we need to act fast, we need to make good mental health services for us not to intervene or cure, but to prevent the occurrence of these mental health disorders to our adolescents. And it's been repeatedly saying that depression, anxiety, and behavioral disorders are among the leading causes of illness and disability of our youth or adolescents. This data would be very alarming, aside from what has been presented to us by the public health sector, wherein suicide is the fourth leading cause of death among our adolescents. And what makes them end their own life? It is a process actually, hindi yung naisip lang nila magpapakamatay na ako, choke, dead. Hindi po. Our adolescents would be experiencing anxiety. And if this anxiety would not be able to be addressed or would not be cured or would not be treated, it will push into depression. And once the depression, once again, will not be taken into account, that will lead into suicide. And I know that our DepEd school heads here, our friends, our colleagues from the Department of Education, they know, they have cases. Actually, they have data. They are sharing to us their cases about these problems in their education institution. Okay. So, what would be the analysis of this one, or what can we get out of this data? They say that the consequences of failing to address adolescent mental health conditions, yung sinabi ko, would be extended to adulthood and would to some extent may have a toll on their brighter future or becoming a responsible member of the society. Okay, next slide po. Still on the adolescents' mental health state. Another global perspective would be 1 in 7 for the 10 to 19 years old experience mental health conditions. Okay, let's have a differentiation about the mental health disorder and mental health condition. When we talk about mental health disorder, there would be a diagnosis of a licensed professional, being it a psychologist or a psychiatrist. But when we talk about mental health conditions, this would be the more serious or more problematic concerns of our adolescents, like they feel depressed, they are anxious, they feel hopeless, they worry too much, they are, they do not know what will happen in the future, will they be able to graduate on time, will they be able to reach for their dreams. So this could be the mental health conditions which are lesser severe or simpler as compared to that of the mental health disorders. Kasi po yung mental health disorders, yun na po yung anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder, and among others. Moving forward, it is estimated that 3.6 of 10 to 14 years old and 4.6 of 15 to 19 years olds experience an anxiety disorder. So anxiety disorder would be the prevalence of the consistency of being anxious over things that we can control in the future. And these behavioral disorders can affect the adolescent's education, and conduct disorder may result in criminal behavior. One specific case in our university there is this mental health condition wherein he was not allowed to enroll for sana ganun din comprehensive yung pagtrato natin ng mental health condition sa province natin. Okay, going to the next slide. So anong suicide? Actually, this data, we got this from our training for the peer support group, also organized by the Philippine Health, the Provincial Health Office under Selden, who is also a carer for this morning. We have seen from our lesson, from our training, that 10% of the adolescents or students have considered attempting suicide. So, gusto nilang magpakamatay. They attempted, they tried to kill themselves, and that is 1 in 10. So, yung mga 10 na estudyante natin dito, isa sa kanila nag-attempt na. And that is an alarming data or an alarming statistics that we need to take into account. And then, another one, which is also alarming, 20% have actually attempted suicide. But then again, this is the worst information. They don't have any close friends because they don't have someone to talk to, they don't have someone to share their burdens in life, or they cannot trust anybody na pwedeng makatulong sa kanila. And that would be the problem if no one will be able to talk to a person who would like to attempt suicide. This would be, it will make, the statistics will be higher when we will not do our part in trying to look into or care for the mental health of our adolescents or our youths. Another mental health perspective for the adolescents, and this would be along the risk-taking behaviors. And when we talk about risk-taking behaviors, these are the actions wherein they try to inflict pain or danger to themselves. One would be suicide, one would be turning into vices, and even dangerous illegal substances. Okay, next slide please. Another on the risk-taking behaviors, they say that aside from suicide, aside from alcohol, aside from what's the other one again? Aside from having some addiction to the digital media, also if one adolescent is really hard up in his life, he may turn into episodic drinking. And when we talk about episodic drinking, it's no longer kumbaga social drinker. Kung episodic drinking, yun na yung halos actually araw-araw in a big scale or big consumption. At ito po sabi niya, males ang kadalasan. Kaya kung napapansin nyo, there is to some extent na may link between this result on the discussion of Sir Awalbag about public health that mas vulnerable yung male population natin. Okay. And aside sa alcohol, aside sa pag-inflict ng pain sa sarili nila, they are also becoming adult smokers and even having turned into substance abuse or yung sinasabi nila na marijuana, yung pinaka-popular na tinitake ng mga adolescents or ng mga youth as of this study. So cannabis or the Mary Jane or the marijuana would be the top choice of our adolescents in trying to explore that dangerous area. Okay, so at this point we are now done with the adolescents, and I made mention a while back that it is extended up to the older adults. And when we talk about older adults, this would be our grandpa, this would be our grandma. suggested life years. So approximately 15% of adults aged 60 and over suffer from mental disorder, and over 20% of adults aged 60 and over suffer from a mental or neurological disorder, and 6.6 of all disability are attributed to mental and neurological disorders. So these disorders, next slide please, in older people account for 17.4 of years live with disability. So you can see that you'll be minusing this with your age of existence. And the implication of this would be early death. So mas mapapabilis yung pagkamatay natin.
Dede nga ron, gagayam kan kabsat iti nakay tundaan niya, iti programa tayo tatanggon duaway, agsipod nga ron ni tatang bulan ti Oktubre, ken iso iti maika 34th National Statistic Months nga digitakit kagem under iti PSA, under iti Pulisya, PNP, under iti Health, PHO, ken dadumapay nga ahensya dito'y naduma-duma mga ahensya iti pagiliyente nga Pilipinas. Kaya deta nga ro din iti pagibusan, nakadgadwa tayo under technical control ni Ms. Cara Molina, kaya dito nga ro din iti kapidyo, Joy Natividad. God bless po and enjoy your day today everyone. Bye-bye!
Problema yu kadi iti panangalat ti student driving permit, renewal iti lisensya ngagmaneho, ken panang-upgrade iti restriction code dagiti lisensyayo. Solbaren dagiti nga problema yo iti RX Driving School. Ti RX Driving School ken accredited iti LTO ng eskwelaan. Amang ipaay kadagiti sumaganad. TDC wenno theoretical driving course. Kasapulan daytoy kadagiti mangalat ti student